All right, it's me. I'm back. We're on to page 15. And as you can see, I've refined some of the art a little bit more. Still super rough. And I haven't changed up any ideas that I had. I'm still kind of in the same realm. The panels are still about what they were. I still got this leap. I'm pretty proud of that. My one problem, I have 3 zombies. One gets killed. We have 2 zombies. This guy gets killed. We have 1 zombie unaccounted for because there's actually 5. And I'm thinking of making that be kind of a surprise at the end where he comes up behind him or something. So, without further ado, I'm going to at least get into doing the panel borders. I just realized as I was switching over, it's like, oh, I really had my technical pen line weight really huge, and that was probably causing me all kinds of problems, and I didn't even notice. But we can fix all that stuff right up in the inking layer, which is what we'll do. No problem. In case you're wondering why I'm not doing this as a full bleed or a panel, borderless thing. I mean, I've already done this trick twice in this comic, so I'm thinking you don't want to use the same trick over and over again. You want to switch it up. Happy Thursday, everyone. Tomorrow's Friday. I think it'll probably take me through the weekend to ink this. If I get it done, I get it done. I think whatever happens after this panel, I got to switch the action back to what Rabbit Fighter's doing over with the other zombies. And I haven't even, other than thinking about it, I haven't even worked out exactly how he gets away from that group. Um, Another idea I had is to leave all of the, like, kind of leave it here. We switch over. In fact, this is probably how I'll do it now that I'm thinking about it. We switch the action over to Rabbit Fighter. We show him taking out, maybe ambushing a couple of guys. He gets trapped. He finds his sword. He fights his way free. And then bursting through the window will become the hand. It'll be driven / flown by Gallows, and we'll just assume that Gallows has taken out the rest of his enemies. I think that's a good way to end it and to come to an ending, and also a good way to, because we have to have Gallows account for the horrific wound that he got from being shot in the back. In fact, there we go. We're just going to blood spatter. We're gonna, let's see. He's gonna have a big tear in his shirt. I think that's important because he's not Superman. He's not. He's ostensibly a regular, natural guy. Boy, it's kind of funny that over on the Discord, people are talking about and by people I mean Sideburns kind of mentions as a joke. He saw RoboCop and he's like, RoboCop gets shot in the head, and the first thing they do is they give him oxygen. What's the deal? And Michael Maxwell is pointing out that it's survivable. That's a sort you can get shot and lived. I was just remembering an episode of Cops where a guy tries to kill himself, and the cops show up kind of just in time and save him. He's already shot himself in the head, and the cops somehow managed to save this dude. That's probably one they won't show again. What do you think? Also makes you think why suicide seems such like an empty thing. Because most people who jump off of bridges and manage to survive their suicide attempt regret it. You know? All right. I don't think the proportions on this particular zombie head are exactly right, but I think they're good enough. I was gonna put a bunch of dust here, kicking up dust, a dust up in this fight. That's a common term, right? So here I am cleaning up the pencils, and I think I'm close to getting it done. I think there's lots of parts where I haven't quite gotten it. I should probably add dialogue. If I had dialogue, I'll be able to like. There's going to be some dialogue here, and I'm wondering where to put it. He's going to say something like, "These gloves are carbon fiber. You'll never bite through them," or something like that. And then he says something to him as he's punching him. So let's go ahead and shrink this one down just a bit because I know that I'm going to put some dialogue in on this fella. Good luck. Those, these gloves are carbon fiber. You'll never bite through them. Okay. It kind of looks like there's enough um, room here and here. I've got a silhouette of him over here. I was looking at today on Cartoonist Kayfabe. They were showing uh, Frank Miller's first comic, and it's an episode. It's an issue of John Carter, Warlord of Mars, and I wonder if I have it because I have a bunch of John Carter, Warlord of Mars. Um, so I'm wondering if I have that particular issue. I didn't know Frank Miller did anything on it. I think that was his tryout issue or something. But there's a lot. It's like one big extended fight scene, and one of the things that they did that I thought was interesting is you would see a silhouette of something, some kind of cast shadow right up in the foreground. Not small like this, but big. And I thought that was great. I need something like that. Although I couldn't think of a way to use it in this. Maybe if I watched it the day before yesterday when I was coming up with the idea for these panels. I don't know what's going on here. I want to show some of the depravity going on. All right, let's go ahead and give it a shot as far as inking. I've got 9 minutes, so I don't have any excuses but to at least try it. We're going to try some of it. Ink. And Helsinki ink. And those are people like for I'm saying that you can get survive the headshot potentially. There's certainly a lot of people in the army who survived traumatic brain injury, getting shot, or getting hit in the head during an IED. explosion of some kind. I'm putting this little highlight in. I don't know if it's going to work or not. If I take this out, it's just kind of going to show up a little bit white. Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll see. If it doesn't work, we'll take it back out. All right, the lead zombie is this one. Anyway, feel free to check out my live streams if you want to see me painting some miniatures. That's what I've been doing lately for fun. I just got bored with Trove over the last couple of days. But I'm ready to go back in actually for Trove. I think I'm going to play it after I finish this, but not even on live stream. I'm just going to play some. I think the benefit of using, whoops, zombies as enemies is it's not even that personal. We have the element of malice in that they were guided and controlled, but they almost become a force of nature after a while. I think this was really played up in really well in the Walking Dead series, and they transitioned after the first season or so away from the zombies and into the, once again, the human element, plus the sort of soap opera going on with the survivors. One of the parts I'm least confident on this page is I need to show, like, this guy's getting killed. Gets killed here. I want to make sure that the people realize this is the same. This body is the same, and he leaps over that to go to zombie number 2. And I'm not sure I'm pulling it off in the art as far as the on the third panel. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Or maybe the action is going to go so fast that nobody's going to bother worrying about it. They're going to go, yeah, he's just killing zombie after zombie. I mean, that's totally true in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's the same kind of concept. They're fighting the Foot Clan. You don't necessarily count the Foot Clan members. They all look the same. They're dressed in the same uniform. And same deal with what's another one that's like that? There's a couple. I'm getting really opinionated and mean in my old age as far as comics goes. Jeffro Johnson asked a great question on Twitter just now, and was saying, why is it so hard to have a comic series like Rom was? Where any then even brings up Zot and a couple other comics, and Rom, it's a mainstream comic, but it was not really a mainstream comic. I mean, it was a comic dedicated to a toy. It wasn't a superhero exactly. He was a galactic robot knight that was fighting the Phantom. What are they called? The Dire Phantoms. I had the that was one of my first comics where I knew I was getting it because Steve Ditko was on it. He wasn't on it till later. Like he started out not doing it. There was somebody else doing it. Yeah, but the truth is, everything sci-fi was so cool back then. All right. Don't know if that hand's too big. It probably is. I wonder if that finger is too, like, did I add another extra joint to the finger here? What did I do? What did you do? That's a little bit better. No, no. All right, let's see how it looks without the pencils. All right. I do want to bang the drum about drawing from the imagination. I know it is not as accurate or as aesthetic as let's call it current year art style, but it's so much better. I'm just telling you. I'd much rather look at, you know, even amateurishly drawn stuff from from an amateur drawn from the imagination than somebody's painterly, photo referenced figures. And the reason is it's like the Ramones, there's a soul to it. I definitely made this hand too big. What if I take it and shrink it down just a bit? Not bad. We can leave that at the size it is. I know it's bigger to account for some foreshortening, And never forget that what we are creating is indie comics. We are not trying to recreate the big corporate comic look. If I manage to get close, which I don't think I have or I will, it will be by accident. We just want it to look convincing. And all right, we got something going on here now. This is looking good. Today is December 1st. Oh, I think there is something I want to do. I had thought about trying to develop um, a plan. Seems foolish to do it now, but basically, I don't do NaNoWriMo or anything like that, but like a fiction plan. I'm reading Craig Martell's um, Metamorphosis Alpha anthologies. He's got 3 or 4 volumes of it. and I'm enjoying it, even though some of it's horribly bad. Like he's doing some stuff with James Ward that's really funny because it's not very good. But I don't care. I'm still enjoying it. It's one of those things. And I was just looking at this thing yesterday about the real, the downfall of the SFWA, the Science Fiction and Fantasy Writers of America, how it's sort of become this front group for degeneracy. Not always, but it was, and it has been, starting with Marion Zimmer Bradley and her. I guess he was her husband or something. But there were good people too. There's Jack Vance, who I am really a big fan of. And I posted a picture of this book called The Eagle and the Sword, which is a book that I read when I was in the fourth grade and thought was incredible. I also liked Andre Norton a lot when I was young. And in my mind, I am thinking that I could maybe kind of work on my writing skills and just write, X amount of words per day, like Inktober, over the course of the month of December, starting today. And I'm not talking finished stuff necessarily. Not like NaNoWriMo where I'm supposed to have a novel at the end of it. But, if there's one place where I have a weak spot and my acumen here is actually sitting down and writing it all out, and I don't usually do that. I'm wondering what's going on there. Okay. All right, let's just get the outlines real quick. And then we're going to shut that pencil layer off because it's throwing me off. I mean, they were just thumbnails. They're not meant to be finished lines. Okay. Can we make a zombie out of this? Yeah, I think we can. Will it be perfect? No, it will not. I think the light is from behind them. So we could go into like full on face shadows at this point if we needed to. Above and behind. It's direct light. Whoops. All right. How about him? How about this side? I went too fast. Have we got a zombie? I think we do. Doing the thriller walk as he approaches, as he gets closer and closer. I'm wondering if it's okay to leave that as black. I'm not sure it works. I mean, it kind of works. What about under here? Am I overworking it? You know? Yeah, I think it's okay. I think we're okay. All right. Next in line is this guy. Well, let's fake in something in the framing area. We're back. We're going to show the edge of the robot hand here, so we know where everyone is. Let me pull off that pencil layer again, just a second here. Oh, I wonder if I should do that. I should not do that. Okay. Oof. Hmm. Kind of overlay a little bit. If I do that. Okay. That's looking good. I have 28 minutes. I have a good feeling I'm not going to be able to actually finish this panel at all. That's okay though. Now, is his head? I was wondering if I'd made his head too big for his body, but I think I'm okay on it actually, now that I look at it. Once again, we'll pop this off. All right. Okay. I think I've stretched his arm too much. At this point, I have to use thin lines to do the details. The weird lesions, the radioactive lesions from the gamma ghouls. Let's do his. All right. It is what it is. Okay. I think it's enough for right now. I'm going to go back and with renewed vigor, we'll knock out the rest of this panel and finally get into some of this action. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and check in for more Rabbit Fighter. The saga continues when we get through this fight scene. See you later, alligators.